everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And today I'm going to be doing the Categorically Romance Readathon wrap-up. And so that Readathon was hosted by Sarah from the Bookish Knitter and Bree from, I can't remember, she has an Instagram account. I'll put it all down there. Anyway, so I didn't finish all the prompts, but that's okay. I finished 3 books, and I'm going to call that, a win, because I haven't read category romance in a long time, and this has really kind of got me into wanting to read them a lot more now. So, mission accomplished with the Readathon. So, the first book I'm going to talk about is Rising Danger by Jerusha Arjun, and this is a love-inspired suspense novel. It's their more inspirational line, and so it's a kind of a faith-based book, and it's about Bristol, who works for a PK9 security and detection agency, and basically she's kind of like somebody who goes in and finds the bombs with her dog, but she doesn't actually disarm the bombs, though she knows how because she used to work for a bomb squad. But because of some things, and she wanted to do things a little differently, she decided to come and work with this group. This group is run by Phoenix, which is a lady, and pretty much, I'm pretty sure all the ladies in the PK9 are women, so it's like a woman-led security and detective agency, which I think is pretty cool. And in this one, there's some threats to some dams, and I don't remember where it is, but wherever it is, there's like 3 different dams, and she finds out that she has to work with her ex-boyfriend because he's part of dam security, and he's the one that called in the bomb threat that that they had a threat. And so she's going to have to work with him, and as far as she's concerned, he's the same reckless, irresponsible man she knew whenever they were both in the police academy, and so he wants to prove to her that he's not, and everything. And while trying to go through their feelings and stuff, because there's a lot of unresolved issues and things like that, they have to try and find this guy who's planting the bombs, because there really are some bombs, because one goes off, is kind of a little bit devastating, and they gotta try to catch him before another one goes off. And this one was really action-packed, and I really enjoyed it. Yes, it's more on the suspense and the action and finding the bomber than it is the romance and everything, but that is fine with me. I really liked it, and like I said, it is faith-based, so there is mention of God and everything, so, just know that going in. But I didn't find it very preachy or anything. I just, it was the guy, I think his name was Remington, and how his life has changed because he's a Christian now, and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't feel like it was preachy or anything like that. But I don't mind that kind of a book, because I am a Christian and I go to church, so it didn't bother me. But I know it might bother some, so I mentioned it. And then the next book, that one was for Read a Book that came out in 2021. The next one is 1 Week to Claim It All by Adriana Herrera. And this one is from the Harlequin Desire line. And this one also came out in 2021. But I did this one for Owns Voices and everything. And I found this one pretty interesting. I wasn't sure if I would like an office romance, because technically the romances I like the most are historical romances, or romances that are like suspense or intrigue or involve cowboys. That's just me. Office romance, I'm not so much, but I enjoyed this one. It was really good. This one is about Esmeralda, and she is the illegitimate child of a man who built up this television empire. He didn't really want a whole lot to do with her because he's married and has his own kids, I guess, and but he does pay for her college tuition and everything so she can go to school. She decides to go to school for like television and media and everything, because she's going to prove to herself and to him that she can do the same business he can do and do it just as well. And she must have done something right, because whenever he dies, he leaves in the will a stipulation that he wants her to be the CEO of the company. The only thing is Rodrigo here thought he was going to be the one, because he was the protege, that he was going to be the one that was going to become CEO. And the board of directors have a little stipulation in there themselves that she has to come up with a plan within a week that shows how she can do the job and that she can move the company forward. If she can't, then they're going to put Rodrigo in as CEO. So she's decided that she's going to do this. And one of the reasons she decided to claim her right to be in the CEO is because she had her heart broken by Rodrigo. And so she really wants to put it to him, and it's kind of like vengeance is mine kind of a thing. And so, of course, they're going to be there together, having to, he has to show her the ropes kind of and stuff, so they get, close proximity and all that stuff. And so there's some steamy times and some things and unresolved issues and all that kind of stuff. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I really liked Esmeralda. She had a lot of spunk, and to be able to put up with her father's wife and children, she really had some patience, and she, wasn't afraid to stand up to them. And I thought that was really cool because they were some really nasty characters. And so I really like this. And so I would read some more by this author because I enjoyed it. And it's got a really cool cover. Then the next one I read was to read a book that was published, later than 2000, and this one was published in 1987. It's a Harlequin Intrigue. It's number 75, and this is really fun. I love the retro cover because, look at the phone cord and everything. Oh, brings me back to memories of my childhood, right there. Way before there were cell phones. And this one is about Molly, who she's a linguist, and she's doing a dissertation, and she's been tape recording people and their languages and stuff, just their like dialects, and just go to a pub and listen to somebody talk and things like that. She gets permission to do it, but she had her tape recorder with her, and it's like a Panasonic, and it's one of those where if you're talking, it comes on and records you. If you're not, it doesn't record. And excuse me. She was at her uncle's, who was having a party. He's a judge, and he was having a party with a bunch of fancy bigwigs. And she leaves her purse or bag or whatever it was in the library with the recorder. And the thing is the recorder, the light's broken, so nobody knew it was recording. And there were a couple of guys in there discussing some problematic things, and maybe kind of alluding to that one of them might have killed somebody. And so, of course, they're wanting that recording. Whenever they find out that they've been recorded, somebody steals her bag, and then that gets this guy involved because he's the assistant district attorney. His name is Rick, and he works for Operation Snare, and it's about, what is it about? Extortion? Yeah. It's about racketeering and extortionists, and they get a hold of the tape because the guy that stole it for some reason pawned it off at a pawn shop where it just so happens that the police were working there, and so they got the recording. When they listened to it, they found out that there was this on there, and so now they're wanting Molly, more information from Molly, and they're wanting to know what she knows about it, especially because it involves her uncle that is a judge, because it was at his house, and she doesn't want her uncle to get in trouble because she doesn't think he has anything to do with any of it. But so she's gonna have to trust Rick and try to figure out what's going on. And there's a couple attempts on her life, so he's trying to protect her. And of course, in between all of that, there are some feelings. And this, and I don't know if it's just because it's from 1987, so it's kind of fun. There's just a little teensy tiny sizzle, and that was about it. So it's not quite fade to black, but it was pretty close to it. So I don't know if I'm figuring that's probably just because it's from 1987. And it's interesting to go back and read some of the romances and to see exactly how much is on the page and how much fades to black. which is fine with me because I'm not really all that big for a whole bunch of steamy, so it was fine with me. But just know that if you read some of the older ones, that might not be there. And I don't know if it's because it was just the intrigue and maybe some of the other lines from back then. So that's like something I'm really curious about, is going back to some of these older ones and kind of seeing how it goes. But yeah, so I enjoyed it. It was fun. I forgot to give any ratings. So the first one, The Rise of Danger, I gave 5 stars to because I really, really enjoyed it. 5 stars. Then the 1 Week to Claim It All, I gave 4 stars. And then this one I gave 3 stars. And so, yeah, I probably would have gave 3.5 if I was doing like the 0.5s and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's just, it was really a lot of on the intrigue and not a whole lot on the romance. But I liked it. And that's all of the books that I read for the Readathon. I was wanting to get to another one, but I just didn't get to it. But I am reading it currently, and that was the Harlequin Gothic romance. And so I will be continuing on with that, and be continuing on with some romance, because, I don't know, I'm in the mood for romance for some reason, and so that's just what I've been reading. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!